Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we will start this with a little icebreaker from the question of the week. What would your character say that their best trait is? Go down the line of where I see ya. So, Neoma.
I think she would say probably fearlessness, although I think that might be more as a death wish, but fearlessness probably.
And Aylin.
Probably her kindness or like empathy.
Oh. Sarah.
To be a stereotype, probably her charm. I feel like it's gotten her through a lot.
The Briz. And Valentine.
I'm thinking maybe she would just say how calm she is under pressure.
Okay. I feel like that's gonna be needed.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. I guess. You'll see.
Oh no.
But yes. Okay, I'm like, oh, my notes are everywhere. Where is everything? There it is. Okay. Alright. So, to set the scene a bit about our world once more, although I know that you all read the documents and everything. But yeah. There is a legend that every child in the mortal realm learns of the time when gods and mortals lived amongst one another in harmony. Most often, this legend speaks of Iara, the goddess of light, whose pure love with the mortal caught the attention of Onaris, the god of darkness, who then out of jealousy attempted to destroy the realm and sparked a divine war between the gods, a war in which mortal kind suffered the most. And so, in this legend, it is said that Iara made the choice to sacrifice herself, using all of her power to sunder the gods from the realm, leaving behind nothing but a barrier of shimmering ether in her wake, and a final message with her lover, that one day she would return and bring back a permanent age of peace and prosperity. But until then, the people must continue on and look towards their inner light for guidance. However, 2,000 plus years-ish is a very long time for legends to fade, and for hope to fade as well. And as hope has begun to fade, new powers have come to be. From the various kingdoms and nations that have risen and fallen, to the newer gods, known as the patron gods, to the remaining servants of Ornaris, who seeks to carry out his destruction, known as the Harbingers. The dragons, fiends, and Thane, all sorts of creature, all vying for power and control in a world torn apart. But this world isn't just full of conflict. It's full of beautiful sights, from the icy mountains of Korvyska to the rolling meadows of the Arkian Empire. And this world is full of wonderful people who come together and share stories and songs that carry their dreams and hopes of the future. This world is Daciara, and this is where all of your characters are heroes stories is going to begin.
Yeah. I did have a mild question. Are we recording or no?
I am recording.
Oh, okay. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Mostly for notes purposes.
Behave.
Behave. When have
Behave.
if I was.
I was like, what level of behavior?
Oh no, go ahead. Go crazy.
Behavior.
Oh, you probably should have mentioned that. Yeah, I'm recording mostly for notes purposes. I know most of us are going to be a little locked in on playing to take notes.
Which will be very helpful, honestly.
Yeah. But yes. So, as we begin, we're going to focus in on none other than the largest and oldest empire of the world, the Arkian Empire. Although, we're gonna kind of focus in on an undetermined amount of time ago.
Undetermined.
Yes.
Undisclosed.
It is a very gloomy day. It's raining and skies are filled with clouds, and the mood of the city, the capital city, is as also gloomy and mourning. As right now there is a funeral going on. A funeral where they are putting to rest a young woman who's gone before her time. This woman appeared to be a noble, as many of the guests are dressed in very fine clothing, of course, all in black. And at the moment, there is a priest of Iara. Not that there's really any other kind of priest in the Empire, but yeah, there's a priest currently speaking of this loss. And watching this scene is someone in particular, standing at the top of a hill behind a tree overlooking this. Sarah, would you like to describe who we see?
Yeah, so what you see is a approximately 20-year-old Sarah, hood over her head covering her horns, which at this point are not very big, so you can't really see it. So she's covering her head in a shawl. She's wrapped in a lot of fabric, but she is hiding behind the tree. You can't really see her. She looks distraught and confused and just, she's not having a good time right now. But she is obviously trying not to be seen. You don't really see a lot of people who look like her, and she knew that she shouldn't be there, but her curiosity got the better of her. So she tried to stay as hidden as possible.
Yeah, and definitely Sarah's not the only one looking distraught, as there is a small family up front, sitting closest to the casket. There is a couple, older looking couple, of high elves. The man is looking very solemn, just staring straight ahead, sort of that 1,000-yard stare, while the woman next to him just wiping out her tears with a handkerchief. Although one might notice that it appears pretty dry, even for being in the rain. However, it's the person next to them that seems the most distraught. A young woman, another high elf woman, wearing knight's clothing, who is currently inconsolable, crying. Not the type of behavior one would expect from a knight. Sarah, you see the man next to her, who you presume to be her father, considering how similar they look to one another. Sort of motion for a nearby cleric, whispering something to them, and they begin to escort the woman away, most likely to sort of calm her down before bringing her back to the funeral. And as he turns his attention back to the priest, still speaking, he begins to look up. And I need you to make a stealth check.
Ooh. I'm going to use my phone app that I don't know why I don't have pulled up right now. I got too excited. Stealth?
Mhm.
Okay.
Be a DC 13, I'll say.
Got a 9.
Oh! Oh no.
Oh no. Great first roll. Great first roll. Love it.
Yeah, great first roll campaign for real.
Starting off strong.
Starting off strong. I would say, hey, you got that inspiration. But this is in the past, so I'm like, I'm not sure if it counts.
No, but also it was almost a 1, so I'm gonna stick with
okay,
it.
it wasn't that.
Because it was bouncing. It's virtual, but it was bouncing and almost landing on a 1. I was like, no, please. I mean, a 9's not much better, but it's not a 1. So.
Oh my goodness. So yes, with the 9, he begins to look up, and I think you're probably still staring at the sight of this young woman being escorted away to go calm down. And when you turn your attention back, you realize that he's making eye contact with you. He sees you. And he quickly turns to another man beside him. Looks pretty similar to him. Maybe a few years younger. And whispers something in his ear. And that man looks up at you. Recognizes you clearly. And you see him begin to make his way towards you.
I
You would-
think.
Oh, continue.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, I think she just, as much as she can blanch with wine red skin, blanches, and it's just like, oh shit, like just a very heavy oh shit moment. Like she doesn't know whether to stay or to run. So like she kind of stumbles backwards
Yeah.
and trips over her tail.
Oh no. Yeah, you
That's what a
stumble
9
back
like
and you
to
trip over your tail, and you're probably feeling that panic kind of rise in your chest. But
Yeah.
you know who that man is that's walking towards you. As he's someone that you know very well. His name is Oleander. You recognize him as the uncle of that young lady. And soon enough, you find him approaching you.
I think I tripped. I think I'm on the ground right now. I can't really like fully run, but I do try to scramble away. Like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. They saw me. I need to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You get up, you begin to scramble away. And right before you sort of take off, you do hear him calling out to you. He's like, wait. I don't know what to call
Maybe.
you, but I won't hurt you.
How am I supposed to believe that?
His face, his expression sort of falls. And you know that in the events that came to this young woman's passing, there are many people that have been upset with you. This isn't one of them. You know I would never hurt you. Though I'm not going to lie and say that you should be here. It's very dangerous for you to be here.
I know. I think Sarah kind of further adjusts. Cause you said it was raining, right? Like I'm not misremembering.
Yeah.
So she readjusts her hood, like a mix of like tears and rain, like just streaming down her face. She's like, I know. I just couldn't. I had to see her again before I left. I couldn't just go.
I understand.
But I'll leave. I won't stick around. Don't tell anyone else I'm here. I'll go. Just let me leave and I won't cause any problems.
Of course.
You know I won't cause any problems.
I know you won't. And unfortunately, I do think it's best that you leave, most likely out of the Empire for the time being.
Her face like falls. What do you mean? Where am I supposed to go?
He let out a heavy sigh. Like, I'm not sure, but here, maybe this will help. And he reaches into his robe sorts and pulls out a small bag of gold. This should be enough to secure a boat ride out of the country.
So she's like looks. I think she like looks at the gold, and then back at him. She knows it's a mercy. She knows it's a gift, but there's still part of her that can't accept it. But she knows she doesn't have a choice, so she takes it. She puts it in her robe, and nods. Okay. Okay.
He looks for a moment, as y'all are in that kind of heavy silence of just the situation in general. Looks like he's trying to find words to say, but is distracted by the sounds of whistles and some guards likely shouting. And he turns back to you and he says, I'll keep them back. Just go quickly and...
They're for me? They're looking for me?
I guess your father... Sorry.
I think that...
them.
I think she... Like, that... I think that's what breaks her the most. I think that's when she realizes, yeah, no, I have no other choice. There's nothing left for me here. And she backs up, looks at him more time, and just takes off in whatever direction opposite of wherever the sounds are coming from, and dips into like a back alley and just goes.
Yeah, and you take off, and just as Oleander said, he does seem to hold off these guards for some time, so you're able to make it out of the city. And you let me know, did Sarah give one last look back as she ran?
I feel like I think she was too scared to. I think she, hearing guards come for her, was like, oh shit, they're serious. I have to go. And because like she's late teens, like at 19, 20, she's like, holy shit, I gotta go. I gotta get the fuck out of here. And just runs. She doesn't look back. She runs until she doesn't hear the voices anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You run and I'm hearing me. Oh my gosh. Where's that coming? Okay. But yes. You run without looking back. And eventually you make your way out. And a lot of time has passed since then. That was many years ago. So, as we kind of jump back to the present time of this campaign, how does Sarah feel entering the very city she once ran away from without looking back?
I think it does feel bitter to her to be back, even though she's not the same girl she was when she left by any measure. It's her first time back. She hasn't been back since she left. So all this time, this is her first time stepping foot here in years. So I think that natural first like anxiety, that flutter is there. And she's kind of, she doesn't step quite as confidently as she normally does in every other situation. She does hesitate maybe a little more. She's seems confident, but her ears are definitely perked. She's definitely like, you know how when cats are nervous, their tails like swish anxiously? She's like that. So whether she's poised, her tail is like swishing a little anxiously as she makes her way through the streets that used to be familiar, but after time passing.
Yeah,
She
as
just
you
like, you know how
enter.
the cities pass, like, you know, like if you
Mhm.
go somewhere you grew up and it looks the same but looks vastly different, it's like that.
Yeah, exactly. As you enter, it's interesting that you see that so much has changed, but it also feels like you did once know this place. It's probably a very strange feeling going on right now. And I gather you're a bit lost in your thoughts about that until you feel a gentle bump into your shoulder.
I like turn to see who bumped into me.
You see a female satyr, pretty strong build, currently holding on one shoulder a large crate of, you assume, supplies. You have auburn hair sort of pulled into a braid on the side. Dressed in pretty casual clothing. Y'all have been on the road for quite a bit. And yeah, you see, this is Cedar. One of your buddies, you could say. from
my buddy,
from the
yeah.
troop. Let
Oh,
me see. I was like,
I apologize. I'm sorry.
oh,
Like very.
oh no, you don't have to apologize. Everything good? You know, you seemed a little lost in thought there.
It's been a long time. I think it's all she can say. She kind of just toys with the necklace, kind of like nervously. It's just been a long time, and I don't think I thought this through when I said I'd come back.
Well,
I don't doubt it. I think I made the right choice, but I don't think I thought it through before I came back.
well, that seems pretty likely. Not gonna lie, you don't always think everything through, and Cedar does another little friendly bump into your shoulder. She's teasing
Like,
you.
how dare you? Yeah. Eh,
But, well, I could deny it's completely understandable what she must be feeling considering everything that happened. But so much time has passed. I mean, anything, maybe our return here in the Empire for some time with the troop can mean you make some better memories.
I think like her first because Sarah struggles to sit in her serious moments. Definitely like, well, as long as you're here, every moment will be sweeter. And kind of nudges her back.
Cedar kind of chuckles at this, and there's a little like blush to her face. I'm like, satyrs have fur on their face, do they not? How does blush show on that?
It depends. It depends on what kind of satyr, but we'll say she blushed.
Yeah. You see a little rosiness to her cheeks. She kind of like straightens herself, like stretches her arms a bit, as she kind of adjusts the crate on the other side.
That's heavy. Do you need a break?
Oh no,
'Cause you've
I'm
been carrying
perfectly
it.
fine. I mean, I could
Are
probably
you
carry you on my other
sure?
shoulder, and I'd be fine.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Just
Well, I see we're already kind of getting some looks here, so maybe I won't tempt you this time. I'll give you a rain check on that. And yeah,
don't we? Isn't the job to get looks? If anything, it's promotion.
listen, that's y'all's job, the talent's job. I'm just, background handy
Okay.
person.
Okay. Like you don't help me practice, but whatever.
And
So
yeah,
she just
sure enough, there's definitely some looks from y'all. I don't think.
I think she immediately blows a kiss and just like, little finger waves at whoever's watching. Maybe
Yeah,
a subtle wink.
there's some noble ladies walking by and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like that's scandalous," and they like walk a little faster.
Even better. Even better. Just very much so instinct, like direct wink at the most scandalized of the group.
Yeah, it's very effective. So a lot of people leave y'all alone.
I think that already makes her feel better for some reason. She's like, needed that. Beautiful.
Needed a little like menace behavior.
Yeah, just had to shake some of the nerves off. I feel so much better now. And she like adjusts her garment. It's like off the shoulder. No, sorry. She like adjusted a little bit and fixes her. Oh my god. You know those like chain jewelry, the gold chain jewelry that goes like a necklace and it goes around your waist too? I don't know what those are called. But it's just like a one chain, not like multiple.
It's like a harness, but like jewelry, basically.
Yeah. So she like fixes it and like smooths out her bangles and shakes it off. So you hear the ching ching ching, like she considers herself walking music. So you hear her quote instruments, her background music. And as she just readjusts, you see her tail kind of relax when she sways and like when she walks. So like internal dialogue, like, okay, you got it, you're fine, everything's okay.
Everything's great.
And I think Cedar like breaking her out of her mind helps her a lot too.
Yeah.
But she does step a little closer to Cedar. Just leans into her a little bit as they walk.
Yeah. I feel like Cedar and Sarah both do that little walk where their hands are like occasionally bump, but they're not holding hands, and they're both kind of like not looking at each other, a little blushy situation. But you notice there seems to be a crowd at one of the buildings that you would recognize. You've been here before as belonging to the Adventurers Guild. Looking pretty hectic.
Can I roll for investigation to see if I see anything from where I'm at currently that would make other than just people gathering?
You could give me a history check to see if you know the situation.
Okay.
Already, or if this will be new to you.
That would be an 11.
Okay. No, that's not too bad. This so y'all been traveling the last few days from y'all arrived on the ship from Ewong, and then we're traveling throughout the country getting to the capital of the empire. So you've passed a few like smaller cities and villages, and you had noticed some flyers talking about they're recruiting adventurers for some missions involved with, from what you know, some like weird crystals showing up. You didn't really look at all the details, but you did see that they're recruiting the adventurers in the capital, and you figured like, oh, must have come to the city right during that time.
It's like, oh, that. And I'd like tap Cedar's arm. You think that's for that thing that we kept seeing all those flyers for?
The shiny crystal thing.
Yeah, the shiny crystal shit thing. If I cursed him,
I mean, if I think about it, I do think it said around this day was whenever they were going to be, I guess, sending people out, making their final assignments and such. Why, you a little curious in adventuring? The troop's not fun enough for you? And to bump you again.
It's like, you guys light up my days. But a girl can be curious.
No?
And I like shoulder shimmy, but like, let's can we go? Like she kind of asks, can we go see what that's about? Though,
sure.
Possibly, maybe.
Awesome.
And yeah, sorry.
Yeah, y'all begin to head over there, and right now you see there's like a pretty long line of adventurers.
Are they like in front of a sign, or are they like in line to get into the guild?
They're in line to get into the guild. You could probably peek in a little bit, and you see there's like some sort of assistant there, taking applications of sorts. Um, but it'll probably be some time, so I figure you and Cedar kind of settle down, waiting to see what's up with this.
Yeah, I tap if at all possible. Who would be in front of me? Like I tap the person in front of me, like, excuse me. Charming
Yeah,
smile.
there's a half elf guy with just a sword strapped to his back. Looks pretty like not like a super seasoned adventurer, I guess you can say, but turns to you and he's like, oh, hi.
Hi. Can you explain what's going on here? Why is everybody in line? What were we in line for?
Oh, well, they're accepting adventurers and such for sorry, you're not from around here, are you? You look really interesting. And he looks at like the two of you, you and Cedar.
And I just kind of flip my hair. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Anyway, so you said there's what kind of adventure? And I just don't answer his question about where I'm from. What kind of adventure are you from? What are you talking about? What's happening?
Ah, yes, you see, there's been these crystals that have come up and I don't know, they're kind of weird and monsters are being drawn to them. So
Monsters.
yeah, so the Empire is working with Korvyska right now to determine what exactly the nature of these crystals are. And you know, these scholarly types, they can't take care of themselves like that, so they're recruiting adventurers to help out.
I think that like sparks something in Sarah as she kind of looks at Cedar. And she says, thank you to the adventure kid and looks at Sarah looks at Cedar and is like, would it be insane if I actually signed up for this?
It would be, which is why it's exactly something you should do, probably.
You really think I should? Because I'll do it. You know I'll do it.
Well, I don't see the harm in it, we are gonna be here for a while, so if you want me to let the ringmaster know.
I think I need to know more. And I think for a moment, Sarah kind of just like sits with this. She's like, I've wanted answers about so much going on, and I haven't really had time to ask questions about a lot of things. Everything has just been go for such a long time. It's like I like learning. I like as much as I like performing for people. I think it'd be really cool to do something else. Maybe. It's like she doesn't seem too sure, but she seems really excited about the prospect of going.
Cedar smiles, clearly seeing this excitement, and they're like, well, we did just talk about you making better memories, so maybe this will help satisfy that.
And I think she takes this moment to be like, but would you miss me?
Of course I'd miss you, my bloom.
Promise to write?
They hold out a pinky. Their hand's much larger compared to yours. It's very, like, warm and comforting.
Oh, not me actually swooning. Oh my goodness. But like Sarah hooks her finger around and then like glittery nails, fully decorated, hooks pinky promise. And she was like, this is basically in blood. I could have your head if you break this.
Oh, cross my heart, hope to die. I would never break a promise I make to you. But yes, I would let the master know. And, if it turns out that it's not exactly what you want, you can always come back. You always have a home with us. With me, especially.
And I think she blushes now. She's kind of like...
Yeah, Cedar's blushing too.
Yeah.
They were kind of bold with that last one. They're like, okay.
The hair tucked, Debbie Ryan hair tucked behind the ear. Okay. Just okay. Just very unlike Sarah, very blushy, very cute, very okay. If you mean it,
y'all are so cute. Cedar kind of hesitates for a moment, and then they lean down and give you a little forehead kiss and say, oh, "Be safe. You know where to find us." And
I think I'll. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I think I actually take her hand and I give her a kiss on the hand first, like before she could fully walk away. And even as she walks away, I don't fully let go until I can't hold her hand anymore. And even then, my tail is connected to hers.
Yeah,
Just dramatic. Just
it's a really dramatic scene. There's a few annoyed adventurers behind y'all.
So exactly, it's like be lonely, be lonely,
be lonely,
and right.
And yeah,
I'll see you soon, my heart, and let her finally walk away.
My heart. These are such cute nicknames for real. And yeah, you watch as Cedar walks away. You do get to see them like for a while through the crowd because they're very tall and they have a large crate on their shoulder. But yeah,
and I think I'll watch until I can't see her anymore. Line's moving. I'm not. I'm watching her until she's gone.
Very annoyed adventurers.
And then, like, as soon as she's not there, I kind of snap back into my normal vibe.
Just locked in. And yeah, you turn back to the line and you begin to wait. With that, we kind of zoom out of this line to a building a bit on the other side of town. A very nice area where there is a sort of training field. And there's two figures currently fighting with one another. Valentine, can you make a roll to attack for me?
I did not have my dice on me like that.
Expect the unexpected
Already?
at all times. You gotta be ready for surprise rolls.
What? What did I do? It's been 0.1 second since I started.
Already fighting with someone, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I guess that's what I do though. Oh my god, please. Come on, Valentine. I got a... What did that say? A 10.
A 10. Ooh, that's not gonna cut it. Let me roll for this.
No!
I got a 17, so...
Jesus.
Yeah.
Valentine, no!
Valentine, no. What are these rolls? These are cursed.
They are already.
Okay. Valentine, you swing your sword, trying to meet the figure in front of you, who quickly blocks out of the way, jumps out the way, and instead brings their sword to hit you right across your side. Luckily, these are wooden swords right now because you're training, and so you're not dying, but it hurts like hell as you look over at Ferris, one of your colleagues, you could say, who's giving you the most shit-eating grin right now.
Wow. He's a little POS already. No, I'm just kidding. I glare at him, and I'm like, you're gonna regret that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not the one who's rusty all of a sudden.
Maybe I trained a little too hard yesterday. I'm sorry. Actually, I don't apologize to you because I'm actually gonna beat your ass for this. Get ready. I'll apologize to you after I beat your ass.
And they're gonna make another attack against you. You can roll as well.
Oh, I'm scared.
That one's a 13 for them.
Okay. Come on. Oh my god, no.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. What are these dice rolls happening to y'all?
Nat one.
Nat one. You talked that, and before you can even hit, they hit you again, and they knock you off of your feet.
Valentine throws her fist on the ground and is like, what is wrong with me?
He is just dying laughing. It's like, oh, you should see your fucking face.
I grab the wooden sword and I just hit the ground multiple times. Valentine is having a shit fit, honestly.
Come on, quit throwing a tantrum. What are you, 3?
I'm supposed to be this trained fighter, and I'm losing to you, of all people.
Hey, don't blame me. Well,
somehow it's your fault. I don't know why, but it is. And I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
maybe
Unless
it's
it's
a
my
skill
fault.
issue on your part. I don't know. And he kind of shrugs off. And yeah, Ferris is a pretty handsome red-skinned tiefling as well, with sort of ash blonde hair. And right now he extends a hand out to you. And I feel like the what's it called, sore loser of it all is really hitting you more because he's a few years younger than you. If anything, you kind of trained him quite a bit.
Oh, I see. I begrudgingly take his hand, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let this go because all this lets me know is that I'm a really good teacher, and I've done well.
Please. So full of
I'm
yourself.
too good, actually.
Okay, now let's
As soon as
be
he
a
says
little...
that.
And yeah, you're still talking, and you hear a door open. As entering now the courtyard or training area that y'all are at, you look and see another familiar face. This one's a woman, a little bit older than you, a couple years. It's hard to tell. You've never really asked her age, because she just does not give you an answer at this point. You've gotten used to that. And she's in high elf, so it's hard to determine sometimes, exactly how old they are. But she looks about her early 30s. Has also blonde hair that's shaved on one side and pretty short. And you recognize this as Rayla. The two of you still at it.
Yes, unfortunately. And now we're gonna have to go back at it because I need a redo. A rematch.
Well, this rematch might have to wait a bit. She clears her throat. Lord Sanguinoire has called for the 3 of us to see him at his home office.
Okay. What is it about, I wonder?
He did not say. He just seemed very urgent, though. I don't think he's in a very good mood. And then, Ferris next to you is like, yeah, when the hell is he ever?
Fair point. Valentine gives Ferris the V to her eyes, points to her eyes into his eyes and says, "This isn't over, but we got bigger priorities now."
Oh, just you wait. As soon as we get out of this meeting, I'm gonna kick your ass again.
Valentine is mad about that and punches the wall.
Valentine has anger issues, I think.
Anger issues.
And
what did I say was her?
Sorry.
Never mind. I should not have. I was gonna say, didn't I say her whole thing was being calm?
Immediately
I take
thrown
that
out the
back.
window.
My bad.
It's great. But yeah, the 3 of you begin to walk back to Lord Sanguine's home, which is also your home, although it's kind of a strong word for that at this point. Eventually, you find yourselves entering, or at the door of an office, these large oak doors. And Ferris kind of leans over. It's like, you knock first.
Okay, knock. Soft knock.
Yeah. You hear a pretty gruff voice. It says, enter. And as you do, you see there's a tall man sort of looking out the window. So edgy, edgelord. He's wearing fine noble clothing that is all black. One might view them as mourning clothing, like when we're at a funeral, that he still is wearing after all these years. And
who is it?
yeah, turns around and you see your father, Callum.
Oh
Callum
no!
Singnoir has a sort of
Valentine.
perpetual frown on his face.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say Valentine immediately frowns but tries to control her face.
Sorry, I'm eating lentejas.
My bad.
No, you're good. Yeah, it turns rounds. He has long, dark black hair and red eyes. And yeah, again, perpetual frown as he looks at you all and is like, "You're late."
Valentine clears her throat and nods in like an apology to him.
I think at this point Valentine knows better than to argue. And so do the other
Yeah.
two, as they also sort of bow. And he sighs and moves over to take a seat at his desk, motioning to the chairs in front for y'all to take seats as well. And he is a bit lost in thought for a moment before he finally speaks. You're all aware of the arrival of the Korvyskan scholars in the city, are you not?
Yeah, we've heard some things about it here.
Yes. These large chunks of crystal appearing around the Empire, believed to be auracite, which for reference you would know auracite is, magic crystals that are known to be able to absorb and release ether or magic. As you know,
interesting.
or you may have heard of, the Empire's asked for Korvyska's aid in confirming whether or not these are auracites, or something else entirely, and they've agreed. And you might know that these crystals have appeared to be drawing in monsters who no doubtedly wish to feast on the ether within them, if any. Therefore, we are providing adventurers to escort these scholars. And you see Rayla and Ferris, they kind of look at each other and look at you. It's like, yeah? I guess the wondering
I guess that means that's
what
us.
this has to do with y'all. Yeah. You see, the Assembly is concerned about the possibility of traitors to Iara's light taking advantage of the situation under the guise of solo adventurers, and so they've decided to send in the Volstruckers to eliminate any that they find. The three of you have
How
been
would they take
training for some
advantage of
time.
this situation? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. You can repeat that.
I said, how would they take advantage of the situation?
Well, if these are indeed auracite and able to absorb ether and release it, very powerful magic items, and so if, for example, there's any pact makers, and the way he says that fully sounds like a slur.
Rude.
Any pact makers amongst them, who knows, they might be trying to gather them for whatever bastardous entity they've decided to make a deal with.
So what do you need us to do? I say this kind of and just okay, we're in on it, we're doing it.
Yeah. Well, the three of you have been training for some time now, and y'all have had a few group missions. But I figure now's your chance to prove yourselves in the field alone. You three are to go to the Adventurers Guild at noon, and seek out any suspicious adventurers and form parties with them. And if you find evidence of them being traitors, eliminate them.
Valentine frowns even more, but nods her head in understanding.
Rayla and Ferris also nod. And Rayla's like, Of course, we'll do anything we can to root out these traitors. And Paris is like, yeah, sounds good, I guess. And he whispers
Valentine
to you,
is just
like,
ready to
I'm
be
gonna
away from her
beat you.
I was gonna say, like, do a silent, like, hey, hell yeah, I can beat your ass on the field now.
You're like, I'm gonna get so many traitors.
I feel like they're already making bets, like, who's gonna bring in the most.
Oh yeah. Next to y'all, Rayla's just like, just sighs. Already, like, can feel y'all's energy.
Like, oh no. Paired with them again.
Yeah. Rayla nods and says, thanks. In that case, Lord Sangnoir, I will go make my preparations. And he nods and kind of does a little hand wavy thing to dismiss y'all. But he calls out to you before you can leave.
I do a soft groan.
Yeah.
Too soft for him to hear.
Yeah, he's just like, you, stay back.
Of course.
You see Ferris and Rayla kind of look at you. Rayla gives a little look of, like, understanding. But continues walking, and Ferris gives you a middle finger. He's walking as well.
Son of a bitch.
He's like...
Valentine's gives him 2 back. Jerk.
Yeah, Callum clears his throat louder. Definitely not pleased with this little display.
Oh, right. Of course, Valentine hides her 2 middle fingers behind her back, but so that Ferris can still see him, and turns her attention to her father.
I've heard...
Yes, father. I mean, yes, Lord Sangnoir.
Yeah, he shows a little disgust at the word father.
Me too. And we're like, oh.
I've heard some disturbing rumors of a possible Nakamian in the city.
What's that again?
So that would be someone from Nakamus.
Okay.
One of the countries which y'all would know as one of the top enemies of the Empire. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're known for, being Onar's worshippers of the God of Darkness.
He's putting us to work already.
Yes, I've heard rumors of a possible Nakamian in the city. So, you're to find them, join their party, and keep an eye on them. But don't kill them. I want them alive. And
what do we know of them?
I believe they are female, but that is about it.
Should I just talk to all the females?
Well, it's a Nakamian. They should be pretty obvious.
Okay.
And again, something about the way he says the word Nakamian feels like a slur. It's not great.
Yikes. I feel like he just hates everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, you see him reach into his open a drawer, and he pulls out a little vial with a inky black liquid inside of it. As he thinks for a moment, he's like, "It's about time I test the latest version of the serum. Perhaps they'd be a worthy test subject, unlike my last one." Yeah, as you stare at this vial he's holding, a vial that looks very similar to the ones that he had used on you before. What sort of emotions or memories does this stir up in Valentine?
I'm gonna say Valentine visibly recoils, not enough that someone who was watching would see, but enough that she herself notices it and grimaces, even kind of moves her hand towards her weapon just because maybe she just gets a little PTSD from it now.
Yeah.
Just slightly, though. I wouldn't say too much because her father would probably be like a little jerk about it anyway.
Yeah. He seems too locked in on observing this mysterious liquid he's holding. But
I'm gonna say Valentine knows wrinkles, but they ask like, "What is it? Like, what does it do?"
that's for me to know. And he like,
of course.
yeah. He's like, "Fuck you! I know you're my daughter. I don't care." And y'all hear 3 little taps on the door, like really quick. Da-da-da. And he quickly puts it back in the drawer and closes it. Right as the door opens and a young woman enters. And she has similar eyes to the both of you. They're red and short, kind of chin length, shoulder length, like somewhere in between there. Black hair that matches your father's. And she sees you and she's like, "Valentine!" And she rushes forward, going to hug you.
Valentine immediately breaks into a grin, or as big of a grin as possible without teeth, and like holds her and hugs her and is like, "Good to see you, kiddo."
Oh my gosh, I saw your friends leaving, so I was like, "Oh my god, you must be here," and you are. What are you doing? What's this visit? What's the purpose? And your father clears his throat. It's like, "We were just discussing your sister's latest station assignment."
Right.
Oh.
I'm going to be gone for a while, probably. But it's okay. I'll bring you back a souvenir. No worries. It's gonna be cool, cute, trendy.
Well, okay. I have no complaints about souvenir, though. Feels like you're just always out of town. I mean, can't you just, like, retire and be, I don't know, like a shopkeep or something?
A shopkeeper? What would I even... Shopkeeper?
Yeah. I mean, that's easy enough work, right, father? And unlike his expression when he's talking to you, when she talks with him, his face looks much gentler. And he smiles. He's like, "I'm sure your sister appreciates her talents lying in other fields."
Valentine kind of purses her lips. Like, you didn't give me a chance to answer for myself, I guess. Like, oh, you chose my road for me.
That's already, yep, that's kind of been set from the beginning.
Yeah.
And
I would say Valentine
looks up at you.
Oh, yeah.
And as she looks up at you, and we see the sight of this small family. Your father and sister sharing many features. Can you describe how Valentine looks?
Oh, okay. Valentine is like 5'8", 5'7", I believe. Slender but athletic build. I would say it's very clear that they are strong and they work out a lot just at first glance. And they also, if you couldn't tell just based off of her build, she's covered in scars. Scars that look like they could be from like knives and swords and stuff, but also stuff that like doesn't quite look right. Scars that just look like almost like her face was burned or dissolved in some places, like or her on her face, her body too. Like there's scars that don't look like they came from fighting, I will say. And then she shares the same blood red eyes as her father and sister, but she has really stark white hair. I would guess kind of longish. She doesn't really keep up with it because she doesn't really have time to. It's usually pulled up in like a very simple hairstyle, or it's worn loose and wild, but I would say their hair is pretty straight, so it doesn't matter. It's not gonna look too wild. I would say she wants to look mostly put together, so it's not gonna look Untamed. And then she also has black lightning like marks on her face and her hands. Say kind of all the way up to her arms, up to her elbows, I mean, on her hands. And then on her face, it's like around her eye areas, like especially the bottom. And then just like parts of it creeping around her chest and stuff. I think that's about it. And she's really pale.
Very pale. In fact, I feel like her paleness really stands out next to
yes,
her
it's
father
deathly
and her
pale.
sister.
Like
yeah, who look much more alive. You could say
next to her family.
Yeah.
Like, can you say their family?
You can.
How much are we letting
They are
our
family,
people know?
though that's again a strong word.
Hmm.
Though
Or Valentine.
your sister wouldn't think that way, as she kind of beams up at you. Ingrid, I forgot if I said her name. Ingrid Segnar.
Oh, I don't remember.
And
yes, Ingrid.
Yeah, she's pretty young. You're, I believe, in your early 30s ish, right?
Like 33.
And she's 19, around there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big age gap. It's a decade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I pat her head and I'm like, sorry, kiddo, I'll be back soon. Remember, I'll buy you lots of gifts. And maybe one day I can retire and we can start a shop together.
Oh, that would be lovely. Speaking of shopping, I was actually about to go. You see, there's like a huge gala happening soon, and Callum clears his throat again and says, "Your sister is quite busy. I'm sure she needs to make her preparations to leave. How about you take your handmaid instead, and I'll pay for both of your dresses?" And she kind of looks between y'all, a little disappointed, but she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I guess I can." And he stands from his desk, walking over to y'all, and shoots a look at you. It's a pretty dirty look. Before he puts an arm around her shoulders, kind of pulling her away from you, and he begins to guide her out the office, talking to her. And you watch.
Dang.
As the two of them begin to walk away, and you see him smiling warmly down at Ingrid, patting her head, just like you were moments ago. And I guess for a moment, you think about how you've never had him look at you that way, much less pat your head like that. Although you have felt that sensation before of being cared for. So for a moment, you flash back to being 13 years old, standing in front of a woman who's sitting in front of you, gently stroking your hair, while she holds your hand to her belly that's full. She's probably around 8 months pregnant at this point. And as you look up, you don't recall the face of this woman in this memory. It seems to have faded from your mind over the years. But you do remember her sweet voice and her gentle touch. And that she's not your mother. And she talks to you. She says, "Well, you're going to be a big sister soon, Valentine. I know you're going to be a wonderful one. You just have to promise to protect your little brother or sister no matter what, okay?"
Valentine looks very, very serious as they nod and they're like, of course, I'm going to protect them with my whole life, my whole soul, everything that I have. And looks very seriously at her and her belly.
Yeah.
Puts her hand on top of her belly and says, I got you.
And you feel a little kick. And I'm sure that little excitement as a kid of like, oh my god, there's really a baby in there, kind of like rises up in
Yeah,
you.
obviously she squeals. Like happy kid squealing. I don't know. She's 13. She's not that kiddish, I guess.
Yeah. And then you hear the door behind you open, and your name being called, in that familiar voice of your father's. And the memory fades away.
Good. Don't want to see his face no more anyway. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Yeah, you've been a great big sister. You do protect your sister from a lot, such as the truth of what you are and what you do.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like she would not be cool with what I do.
Yep. And yeah,
Or
I guess
innocent cinnamon roll.
innocent cinnamon roll must be protected. It would be a shame if anything happened to her. Teehee. Anyways,
Stop it!
you, I guess, make your
Don't
way.
you dare!
Beg. Yeah, you make your way to the Adventurers Guild to fulfill your assignments of tracking down this Nakamian. And so we return to the Adventurers Guild, where we find this very Nakamian in line. Neoma, you have also been in the Empire for a few days, maybe, having made your way to the capital. When you got wind of this whole search for adventurers going on, you've been in line at this point. It's felt like hours, but it's finally your turn. And you see a woman, just a young elf woman, just stacks of paperwork beside her, as she's pretty much been the only one for some reason assigned to this job of taking the applications and such. And she looks up at you, clearly tired and annoyed and probably dead inside. She says, "Name and guild rank, please." And as we look at you, can you describe what Neoma looks like?
Yeah, so Neoma is from a distance you'd kind of think she's just another tall blonde-haired elf sort of type, but when you kind of take that second look, you kind of realize you might be a bit more disconcerted than originally. She's about 5'10" or so, very lanky. You know, her arms and legs just seem a little bit too long to be proportional. You know, very sinewy. You don't immediately see muscles, but like they are there, kind of hidden. And she has this way about her that just kind of seems to repel people. Mostly because she just gives off this vibe of like, honestly, kind of like a cornered rat. Like you, she doesn't want you near her, and know what? You kind of realize you also don't want to be near her because you might get bit.
Amazing. Yeah, as this woman kind of like gets a better look at you, she's kind of like scrunches her nose. It's like, anyways, name and guild rank, please.
My name is Neoma. I don't know this guild rank you speak of is.
So you're not an official adventurer?
No, I did not know you needed to be, but I can promise you, I'm much better than most of these ranked members.
Yes, sure. And they sigh as they kind of reach down under the desk and pull out more paperwork. Well, you need an adventuring license.
This poor woman.
No. You need to be part of the Adventurers Guild, an official adventurer license to adventure in the Empire. She kind of like eyes you because she clocks that accent. It's clearly not from the Empire. You're going to be automatically assigned to rank E, so yeah. And yeah, she hands over the
E
paperwork.
for excellent?
Sure, if that makes you feel better.
She takes the paperwork, and I imagine kind of almost in a move, a bit of kind of alphaness, does not move away to do the paperwork, does not step aside, just kind of slams it down on the desk in front of her, takes one of the quills that like might be this woman's, and then just fills it out right then and there. Definitely in a scrawl. Apologies, poor lady. And then she just hands it right back to her.
She takes it, giving you another like kind of annoyed look. She's like, right, well, if you receive an assignment, then you just need to return with your assigned researcher and they can sign off on you. But yes, feel free to go to the waiting area. There's the tavern next door where you can find others. I don't know how many people are willing to take on a rank E adventurer, but you can try.
Oh, I'll try. I'll do more than try, actually. And then I think she just kind of walks out and goes to the tavern.
Yeah. The elf kind of follows you around. She's like, what a fucking weirdo.
Valid.
And yeah, you get to the tavern. And sure enough, the sign across it says, the Welcome Wench. And you see, it's very busy. Maybe because it is right next to the Adventurers Guild. That's kind of prime retail spot right there. And it's quite bustling with many, many adventurers. What exactly does Neoma do as she enters?
I think, first thing she does is she is making a scan of it. She is someone who grew up always having to watch her back, so she kind of has a habit where she immediately scans for danger, anyone she should be watching out for. I don't know if you want me to make a roll for that or not, but does that kind of just out of habit. But then I think she would then go get herself a drink, one that she will not actually drink, but it's more of a social thing to try and appear more normal. And then she finds a corner to sit in, so her back's covered and she can kind of survey the rest of the tavern.
Yeah. No need to make a roll. I think it's pretty bustling in here. But doesn't seem to be in immediate danger. You definitely see some like well-seasoned adventurers types. There's like a like really buff human man who is like just laughing very loudly and has like his party with them. There's a few others that you see, they seem to have like made parties already or are like forming parties, like talking to a few others. A few, of course, solo stragglers like you. But yeah, you're able to get that drink and sit down.
Are there, so obviously they're solo adventures. Are there any that, kind of look possibly more seasoned than, some other rank E's, like herself, or?
Yeah, you see an elf woman, like just another elf woman, sitting nearby, just white hair, much like yours, blue eyes, just calmly sitting, has like a glass of wine with her. And so you see she kind of looks like a little bit like the fancy type, but her gear, she does have, you see a few scars that shows that she's not just a newbie. Has some pretty nice gear, like a rapier with her that's kind of glowing slightly. It seems magical.
In an attempt to go against her nature, she'd approach, and maybe try and, knowing that it seems like finding other people might be the only way for her to kind of take part in this adventure. If considering the other annoyed elf ladies kind of, we'll see if anyone takes a rank E, but it's like she's thinking if I'm paired up with someone who's maybe a little higher, that kind of bumps up her chances. I'm trying to think of what she would say.
Just slides in and stares autistically.
Literally, but because it's got to be something that's like she thinks it's good, but it's really like, okay. Dang. You know, I have a rapier just like that at home.
Sorry, I had to close my curtains. I was like, oh god, it's open and it's night. That freaks me out. Yeah, she's kind of like looking around, and then yeah, you slide in, you say that, and she's kind of like surprised for a moment, like a little startled, and she's like, "Oh, do you now? Quite nice."
Yeah, you know, I just left it. I didn't want to show off.
I see. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Neoma. I'm looking to find some other adventurers to maybe get going with.
I see. You're new, I presume?
New to here, but I wouldn't say new.
And she kind of scans you a little bit. Do you think Neoma's currently wearing anything tying her to the Agnes priesthood in particular right now?
Well, I mean, I think at least I always had canon that the tattoo that she has on her head is maybe, if not like an official symbol, then kind of just associated, with it. She got to try and show her devotion. Much to now her dismay, when she's trying to maybe be a little cash. So while none of her clothes do, I think if someone might be a little knowledgeable about that kind of stuff, they might clock it.
Yeah, you know what? Let me roll and see if she's knowledgeable about this. Okay. She is not. That was a 3 on the die. So she does look at, like, observe the symbols, but there's like that little head tilt, but she doesn't seem to recognize, which I don't know, might be for your benefit, right? It's like, oh,
yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Unfortunately, and then you hear some noises and some people approach. You see, 2 tieflings, a red-skinned one and a blue-skinned one, and what looks like what's it called? Hexblood. So, not exactly tieflingish, but witchy-looking person. And then a large, massive robot-looking thing, which I don't know if y'all know what robots are, but you see a large metal-looking man with a top hat. As one of them's like, oh,
her eyes
Aaron.
definitely widen slightly, and she takes a step back.
Yeah. The metal-looking man is like, there you are, Aaron. We were looking for you. And she's like, yes. I was just waiting for the assignments. Did y'all get it? And they kind of look between her and you, and begin to chat. And she turns back to you, and she's like, well, I mean, we'd love to take you on, but as you can see, we have a pretty full group already.
I see. No worries. Well, I guess have fun out there, eh?
Same for you. I wish you the best of luck.
And
she does give a genuine smile. It's a little awkward, but
story of my life. Yeah, and then I guess she just kind of returns to her former post of just being awkward and alone in the corner.
That was indeed one of my D&D characters in their party.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. One of them's dead right now, so that's the thing.
Cameos!
Anyways, cameos! We love to see
We love cameos. Dead!
Wait, who was it? Who was it? I missed it.
Oh, it was Aaron.
I thought I heard Aaron earlier, and I was like, maybe I
Yeah.
just heard Alien, and I heard it wrong.
It was indeed
Sorry, my
Aaron.
son's in the back, and there's a lot of noise going on.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, Erin, my MCU baby. She's in all of my universe somehow.
We love her.
Yeah, she's an adventurer in this one with her party, and in this one, her party member's not dead. Cries.
That's crazy.
But anyways, yeah, you continue sitting there, and that loud fucking human guy they have like moved to closer to your spot. Getting increasingly drunk. He's kind of laughing and like telling some kind of story about some grand adventure, and as he's doing, he's like, throwing his hands around. Of course, one of the hands happens to have a mug of alcohol in it, and it sort of splashes onto you a bit.
Oh, men. I think, Neoma isn't the type to, like, yell or make a huge fuss. But I do think her glare you can feel. And that's how she shows her displeasure. I mean, he might be too drunk to feel it. Literally, men derogatory. Could she make a check to see, just how drunk he is for her to possibly do a shenanigan?
Oh, sure. Shenanigans. Go ahead and roll.
What?
I guess
Which?
You can do insight or perception.
Insight or perception? Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna do perception. All right. Well, I got an 18 on the die, and I have a +3, so 21.
Oh, damn. You see he is pretty freaking drunk. Which it's like barely noon, so that's concerning, especially as you are supposed to be,
dude.
as like getting assignments and taking off for adventure soon. So it's like, dude, what are you doing? But
so no. Neoma has a little bit of a sticky fingers an issue, and I think that is her passive aggressive way, because I think he's too drunk really probably to be intimidated by her glaring. So is there anything she could yoink from him passive aggressively before kind of slipping away?
Yeah. Go ahead. You see he has a little like coin purse like on his hip.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Alrighty, so we have a +6 to sleight of hand.
Yeah, and he's got perception at disadvantage because he's drunk. So.
All right, so rolled a 13 +6. That's a 19.
Ooh, okay. He just misses that. You're able to get. Let me roll. I'm like, how much is a good amount? You managed to nab 12 gold from him.
Nice.
And he doesn't seem to notice.
Yeah, so then she just kind of, I think, just gets up and kind of slips away a little bit, to another spot, because she just cannot be asked to fucking deal with a drunk person and a man, especially both.
Both at the same time. Terrible.
Yeah. Especially because, the vibe of, like, he's obviously drawing attention just by being loud and boisterous, and she doesn't want to be next to that, so.
Yeah, you sit a bit farther away, a bit closer to the, like, what's it called? The bar, where people order drinks and food and such like that. And you see, actually make a perception check for me.
Okay.
So many checks for you. You're rolling much better,
Well,
than everyone else does.
Well, to be fair, I think the first roll was nice, but the other roll would have been average, but I just have a really high sleight of hand. Okay, so you said perception, sorry?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, net one.
Oh no. That's so funny. You are sitting and I guess
You are dumb as
I don't
shit.
think you're actually drinking, but you're maybe pretending to take a drink or something like that.
Yeah.
When you hear a voice like right by your ear, it's like, I saw that, you know.
Ends? What is your point? You saw what?
My point, and then you feel you just get bonked on your head. Is that sticky fingers are not good in my tavern, and you turn and see just the smallest, oldest lady in the world. Like, it looks like a halfling, maybe. Just so small, so old.
She goes, well, is it still bad if maybe I give you half?
And she kind of like eyes you up and it's like, no, you need it more than I do, clearly. In fact,
You're not wrong about that.
You need many things more than I do. Look at you, you're skin and bones. How are you going to be a big, strong adventurer if you don't eat?
Not everything's about strength. You know, strength, I say, is overrated.
Good luck telling most of these adventurers that.
Well, and that's why I say they'll fail.
She snaps her fingers, and a steaming bowl of stew and some bread appears in front of you.
Neoma's immediately suspicious. You know, as someone who spent time on the streets, she is not one to just immediately take stuff like that. So could she? Sorry, what I'm picturing, by the way.
It's killing me. Let me see if I have like a.
Could she roll like a perception or investigation on like whether it's safe?
Yeah, you could do investigation or medicine, maybe. Could be like for it's poison or something.
Okay, I'll do investigation.
Okay.
Not in that one, please. All right. We got a 16 and I have a +2 to investigation, so 18.
18. Yeah, you kind of like sniff it a little bit, look at it, the color and the light. It seems like a pretty normal bowl of stew. And she kind of laughs. She's like, "You think I would poison you in my own tavern? It's bad business. I would never."
Well, you never know. And she immediately starts digging in like a feral cat. Just truly stuffing her mouth with it, not even tasting it. You know, it's all about sustenance. I imagine she probably didn't have a lot of money to spend on like food and whatnot on the trip over, so she is hungry.
Yeah.
And despite her, you know, kind of rougher behavior, there is a look of thanks in her eyes. It's not something she says out loud, but she does kind of nod to the woman and thanks.
The woman, kind of as you eat, it's a mess. Like, you're probably making a mess. But she nods like, yes, good, eat up. And she's like, don't worry about paying me back. When you're a big, strong adventurer one day, you can do so. Just ask for Baba Ivana.
Does, you know, kind of noting the accent that doesn't sound exactly like the other folks here and maybe sounds a bit more like Neoma's, does Neoma get the sense that she might be from Nakamus as well?
I think so. I think that's an
or just not from here,
that
at
might
least.
Be very from Nakamus. I don't know the word for that. Yeah. And as you kind of begin to clock that, you see she stares at you with like fully taking in, you know, your tattoos. And she kind of leans in a bit. It's like, it's quite bold of you to be out here without covering up.
They most around here, they don't know us from head. They won't.
You're right about that
And
one.
why should I hide myself? It is a comment of where I've been. If they don't understand that, if they don't understand what it is, I'm not too worried about what they might do.
Of course, I'm sure you can handle yourself if those sticky fingers have anything to say about it. Just be careful. There's not
You got that right.
many of them, as you say, don't know their head from their ass, but those that do are typically the ones you should be more worried about. Now,
Well,
what's
keep
up?
an eye out. Thank you.
And she kind of
continues to slurp.
She like taps the table with her like big staff that she has, and the bowl fills up again because she's like, "You clearly need food."
No, Grandma.
I just imagine that Neoma has like wet cat energy, and this grandma's like, "I'm adopting you. You're my child now."
Yeah, wet drowned cat. But yeah, then I think she just continues to eat maybe until she's just like a little bit too full. You kind not knowing really when to stop. Kind
you
of
gotta like roll her out.
a bit of gluttony going on there when you've grown up kind of not
It's like
having food at all times.
Yeah, it's. I'm thinking
You eat until you're stuffed.
The cat belly full of soup meme right now.
I don't know that meme, but good God, that sounds amazing. But yeah.
Well, now I have to find it. but yeah, we. Okay, wait. Let me say this. Okay, I'm gonna be distracted until I find this. There we go. But yeah, we fade out from you. And with that, we find ourselves on the streets where there's a carriage approaching the Adventurers Guild. Pretty nice, fancy carriage as it passes by. A few people take note of it, do a little bit of whispers and such. And inside of it, who do we see? Aelin?
You just see Aelin kind of like looking out the little window, looking at everybody, just kind of taking in the scenery.
Yeah. Next to you, there's a little owl. Not so little, it's an owl. Kind of preening his feathers. Your familiar, Orion.
It's so lively out here. She takes note of that. It's like everyone's kind of bustling.
It's loud and I don't like it. Orion says in your head.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. It's nice to get out of the castle every now and then.
True. There's more potential to find some mice out here.
As long as they aren't familiars.
What if they're bad familiars?
You know the rules. No, they're loved.
He kind of grumbles in your mind. And yeah, you begin to pull up to the Adventurers Guild. And before you can open the door to the carriage, or rather, the carriage driver can open the door for you, because obviously you can't open your own door. You feel your pocket start to grow warm, where you know that you're holding the sending stone.
I do a light little, I just got here, and pull it out and press it.
Yeah. Press it, and you hear just a warm, paternal voice, fatherly voice. From your father, Essian Sterling. You hear him say, I believe your meeting is soon, but I just wanted to check in and tell you to be safe, my little star. I love you. and then the sitting stone retains its warmth for a little bit, but then the light fades as his message to you ends. And you know that pretty much this can be used once a day. So that would be lots of his bugging you for today, which I guess you're somewhat thankful for, probably.
Yes. I don't send a message just yet because I want to be able to tell him about it a little later because I don't know when I'll be able to send it again. But I do have a quite warm little sense like, okay, I guess that wasn't like him warning over me again.
He definitely practiced like
'Cause
100
I'm sure
times. What to say.
Yeah, I'm sure she got an earful right before she left.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, as the carriage door opens and the driver puts out a hand helping you get down. There's definitely a lot of looks because people are like, "Whoa, this is a fancy carriage," but it's not one of our noble family's carriages. You know what's going on here. And as they kind of stare
Aelin, like,
at this person
dust
that
off
steps
invisible
down,
dust from her skirt.
yes, just casually beautiful and all that. Describe what Aelin looks like for us.
So as Aelin steps out, she dusts off, moves her hair. Her hair just is very long, very pale on the top, icy at the bottom. She is pretty petite at her 5'2" height, but is at least slightly curvy thanks to her mother. um, she has pale blue eyes that are wandering around, looking at people, just seeing the sights, full of excitement. She is currently dressed in probably way too fancy of clothing to be where she needs to be, but she wanted to feel special. So she was like, "You know what? Why not?" And she is carrying a bag overflowing with books probably and way too much things prepped from her father just in case. I'm trying to think what else I should say. She's just kind of looking around. I don't really think, besides the, iridescent look to her skin and metallic freckles, but luckily for her, many people like to dress up with glitter and jewelry, so it is fairly hidden. But if you were to take notice, that is something you would see. She's probably looking around, holding her holy symbol, just kind of fiddling, not like fully nervous, but excited, just kind of seeing everything, and looks to Orion to kind of get knowledge of where she is.
Yeah. Orion is kind of perched on your shoulder and looks at you and motions like to sort of the left, and you see there is indeed a group of some researchers nearby. And I'll say,
I'm guessing that's where we need to go.
You start to head over and you see one of them, and not exactly elderly, probably like around the 50s year old man looks up and sees you. He's like, "Ah, yes. Lady Sterling, there you are."
Aelin grins fairly wide and just starts waving, kind of like, "Oh, hi!" Like someone she recognizes because she
Yeah.
doesn't get out very often.
Yeah, you vaguely recognize this. You've gone around with the Yarn Circle of Scholars that your father rather, works for. And yeah, you've known of a few, and you knew that one that you're set to meet today was Percival, who you've seen a handful of times. It's like, yes, there you are. I was just about to send word to check
Hi,
in.
Percival. How are you?
I am great, and you are lively as ever.
As always.
And
I'm way too excited out here.
I'm sure. And he kind of looks over at.
Plus, my father's not with me. He always likes me on his side.
Yes, I'm sure he would have quite the heart attack if he saw, I guess, our potential adventurers right now. And he kind of like looks over at like the line and like the crowd and like,
I would trust. I got a full earful of how I need to be careful. Don't trust the wrong people. Make sure I ask questions.
of course.
No one with tattoos.
Well, that's gonna be hard to avoid. But yes,
I just think as long as they're polite and sweet, that's all that matters.
he kind of looks at you, and it's a little bit exasperated, like, oh god, this person is so innocent, and I am in charge of her, and her father's going to kill me if anything happens to her. And he's like, right, well, I don't know if you've heard about my new assistant. I've got Sebastian. He should be around here somewhere. But, well, let's see. Your father has requested that I oversee your foray into this adventure, personally.
Well, I very much appreciate it, but, I am 19 now.
Of course, but
I'm an
it
adult.
is your first, I believe, actual foray into adventuring, and therefore we've been giving a easier assignment compared to some of the others. It's just a village west of the capital, slightly less activity.
Okay. I guess it's better than nothing.
Well, I have to attend a meeting real quick, but you're free to walk around. I know there is a tavern nearby, although I dare say it does not hold a candle up to our places we have in Korvyska. But I will send Sebastian to find you once the assignments have been given.
Sounds perfect.
And you're free to walk around. Where do you think you head?
I feel like she probably kind of glances around, looks towards to see if there's like any bookstores or anything interesting or anything lively happening because, she kind of wants to see stuff and she's out by herself.
You do hear the lively like laughter and chatting from the nearby tavern. Doesn't look to be a bookstore immediately in this area. This is like the guild area of sorts.
She looks for music as well. Maybe if there's dancing going on.
Yeah. Let's see. I wonder, do we think that we'd have a certain little bard performing right now while they wait for their assignment?
That'd be awesome.
Sarah? Oh, is Sarah here?
Hi, sorry. I was making chicken nuggets. I got hungry.
Chimkin nuggies.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I apologize.
Oh, so by now, Sarah, you've like done out your paperwork. They would have told you the same thing they told Neoma, where it's like, oh yeah, once you get your assignment, bring them by, and y'all can like finish up the paperwork and such. But what's it called? In the meantime, you've also been kind of set free. Do you think Sarah would be performing maybe right now? Doing a little entertaining.
I think it depends on how far away her caravan is, her like ringleader, friends, family, all of that. But I do think probably she's a sing for her supper type, not because she has to, because she likes to. So perhaps she's probably sang her way into a free drink or two by now.
Yeah. So you say, Aelin, you do hear some singing from the tavern, the Welcome Wench. You see that the sign says.
So she kind of smiles at Orion, like, you know where I'm going.
He kind of like
and
sighs, like so loud.
Well, grandmother would love to see all this stuff because her grandma taught her dancing and things. I put that in my backstory. And So she kind of heads over to kind of see the music and see what's going on. Kind of a little hop, skip, and a jump over, just all excited.
Heck yeah. I'd say that there's probably like not a huge crowd around this performer that you see, but people enjoying the music and drinking and such. And let's see. Yeah. As you watch this, and I guess at this point, probably all of y'all are in this tavern. Valentine, you were informed that you didn't have to make paperwork. That's already been done for you. So your job, is just to find mysterious people. All of y'all are in this tavern, and I guess while y'all are standing around, listening to music, observing, eating, y'all have started to hear, just people talking here and there, and gathered some rumors. And I will be sending those to y'all.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And I would say for each person, if y'all want to follow more information about one of them, we'll limit to one each. To keep things not too long, then you can do that. But let me see. And that's all of them.
Ah, dang, we can't see which one's sent out about us.
I put the ones I thought would give me the max drama. Not gonna lie.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'll give y'all a moment to read that. And I guess we'll just go down the line. Starting with Valentine, I feel like you've been here the longest. Is there a certain rumor that you would try to get more information about or such?
I feel like for the sake of my assignment right now, I would focus on the last one you sent me, or am I supposed to say it?
You can say it if you want. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna focus on the rumor of Neoma being a part of the cultish agoniste. Am I saying that right? Priesthood.
Agonist.
Agonist. Priesthood. Yeah. So I'd probably circle that one for the most part because that's my assignment.
Yeah, you see a nearby what's it called? A halfling man sitting nearby whispering to a few others, and he's like, I swear I recognize those tattoos. It's part of that one cult. The one from Nakamus. What the hell is a priesthood from Nakamus doing here,
I kind of nudge him a bit with my shoulder, but not in a rude way, just in a attention way. Like, what about this priesthood or this cult? What do you know about this cult?
I don't know anything about cults.
I just heard you say it. We all heard you, right, guys?
The people at the same table kind of look away, he's like, okay. He's like, okay, keep it down. I don't want people to think I'm some sort of traitor or anything.
Right. I side eye him just to.
Like, right, that's exactly what a traitor would say.
Exactly.
And he kind of leans in. He's like, I saw there's a drow around here, and they have these markings on their face. It's I not that I've ever been interested in all that, but I've learned a few religious studies and such, and I recognize that as belonging to I think they're called the Agonists. She's right over there, and then he kind of motions over to her in a corner. You see well, you can't see their face because they're face deep into a bowl of stew. But you see a drown.
I see them as they're guzzling down the stew. I love that. Okay. What do I know about the priesthood or this cult? Do I know anything?
Yeah. So you know, that in Akamus there's like 5 priesthoods, quote unquote. They're not recognized as priesthoods in the Empire. They're viewed as like they're organizations for sure, but yeah, like they view them more as cults than anything. And you know that the Agonis are the ones like the what's it called? Like the military force of sorts. Like they're the ones who you often have the most fights with.
Oh.
And as you
Okay.
look, yeah, you do see the tattoos on this person's face, and like, yep, that does seem like some that you probably have fought before.
Okay. I have fought them before. All right, interesting. Or just like the cults.
Yeah.
Not Neoma specifically.
No, not Neoma specifically.
Okay.
Just that group. From what you give me, actually a
Dang it.
no, religion check. Actually, history or religion, one of those.
Let me see. Oh my god.
God.
My boyfriend's rage baiting me right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I got an 8. I got an 8. I could
Okay.
have gotten a 20.
With that you recognize it as part like just definitely belonging to them, the agonist. You wouldn't be able to denote like rank or anything about it.
Okay, I see. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and give the guy next that told me that information like a pat on the shoulder that's like good job. And I'm gonna
that's
like
it. That's
slink off.
no gold or fuck, not even a drink.
Say that I sent you. You know what? Say that Lord Song Noir sent you, and put it on his tab. Yeah, and put it on his tab.
And he like runs to the bar. That's
gonna get me in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Wait, are Ferris and Rayla with me?
They're not with you because you are supposed to be like individually going out and doing, spreading out.
Okay.
So you do see them in the area. Ferris is already kind of talking. You see he's with the group, kind of joking around, punching their arm and stuff. And you see...
So we're specifically not gonna join the same group, right?
No. Yeah, you're supposed to join
different
groups.
Okay.
And you also see Rayla's with another. You see she's like smiling and it seems very like ladylike and sweet, which it's like definitely like the character. Yeah, an act.
I shake my head in disappointment, judging her.
That's crazy.
And then I'm gonna slunk her off to Neoma and see if I can, try and hold a conversation.
Before you do that, we'll go to actually, yeah, Neoma. While you have been like eating and you've been like listening in, obviously, sneaky rogue would kind of always have an ear out for things. Is there any rumor in particular that you want to like find more information on?
Funnily enough, mine is about Valentine that I chose because I figured that would be the one most noticeable. The rumor is that Valentine allowed her body to be disfigured so that she would become more powerful. I figured, she would be able to spot someone disfigured more than some of the other rumors that would be a little bit more difficult to suss out. So
who they are and such.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know who the fuck this alien person is, but so just I think eyes have already been maybe kind of spotted Valentine. And when they starting to approach, she tries to kind of play it cool, like I'm not noticing anything, as if she's not paying attention. So she wants it to appear like if Valentine approaches that she's quote unquote caught off guard, even if she isn't. But
yeah, and so Valentine, you approach Neoma. Y'all can roleplay.
Okay. I walk up to where she's sitting, but I don't sit down. And I'm like, hey, with a nod of my head, you know what goes good with stew? A nice cold brew. What do you say? I buy you a drink.
I'm thank you, but one drink is enough for me. Have
What
to keep your
about?
wits about you, you know.
That's true. You know what? That's fair. You know what? I like people who think like you. It reminds me of myself. Let me get you a dessert instead, or whatever. One thing on Lord's song-wise tab of your choosing.
Again, much appreciated, but Miss Barkeep over here has been keeping me well fed. I think if I eat any more, if they call my name, I'm gonna have to be wheeled out of here. Well, I could buy you a drink.
Me a drink. I'm sorry, I don't drink. I appreciate that though. But you know what? How about we talk? You look new, and I have a feeling you don't really have people that you can rely on here. And I just feel like we and you could be good friends. I don't know. I mean, look at me, dude. People aren't exactly approaching me to talk. And
Hey,
I point towards my face, which is horribly scarred.
I understand that well. No one has tried to form party with me for sure. Um, why exactly do you think me, a random stranger, would be your friend? What makes you think we would be the good match?
To be honest, man, I kind of recognize your tattoos, your markings, and not saying, but because that'd be really saying something that I am any all interested in anything other than our glorious God. But I have been starting to gain some like religious um, curiosity, and I feel like I recognize those markings as being a part of one of those. I don't know which one. I would not know much about religions other than, like I said, our glorious goddess. But I'm curious. I'm curious, and I feel like you might know something about those. Valentine's like,
Um,
damn, no intelligence is really showing right now.
I was gonna say
I
this
think
is terrible spy.
she's the fighter.
I think with, especially the numerous mentions of, well, our glorious goddess, our glorious goddess, Neilma's gonna play dumb and be like, I don't really know what you're talking about. These are decorative. They don't have any meaning really. What do you think they represent?
How old is Neoma again? I can't remember what everyone's ages are again.
She's like early 20s.
Okay.
But yeah, she's definitely trying to lie. So if I need to roll deception, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
I
just
think that'd be good. Roll deception and Valentine can roll insight on that.
okay, yeah, I can do
Okay.
that.
It's my
Let's see if she can see these
deception.
rolls. Hi, baby.
Okay.
Kitty cat.
um 15 on the die plus 6, so 21.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Oh, my
Neoma is our
Buster.
high roller, is what we're seeing. Trend
Let me
here.
see these numbers.
Valentine, redeem yourself.
Okay, you want to know what's actually crazy?
Right.
While you guys were talking, I was just playing with my dice and rolling it a number of times, and I got like 4 d20s out of like 6 rolls, and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
That's insane.
Oh no, don't
Let me
miss
join
her.
your cult so I can have your luck. Well, I got an 8. She's not very high on the intelligence count.
Yeah,
or
so you
wisdom
start to think like,
count.
I think you definitely clock the accent as being Nakamian, but so
Yeah, for
far
sure.
you don't. You're like maybe they aren't part of this Agnes cult. Although your father did
Yeah.
say to look out for Nakamian regardless. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep that in mind, and I'm gonna drop the cult thing. I'm be like, you know what? That's okay. I'm sure someone who is maybe a little more open-minded one day will be able to teach me all the things that I know. Hopefully one day, maybe. Seems kind of hard in this kind of environment, but but you know what? I think me and you should think about joining each other. I mean, you're gonna be a part of the guild, right? Like one of these guilds. Nobody's approached me and asked me yet. Feeling like a
You're
left out.
unofficially already part, probably. Sorry.
I am? I thought you said I wasn't. My bad.
So the paperwork for you was handled. Sorry.
Oh, so that was when so can I offer a position?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, could I be like, hey, join my guild?
No, you're not in a guild, you're in a party.
A party. Oh.
Wait, no, sorry, I'm like, so the Adventurers Guild, it's like every adventurer has to sign up with the guild. You probably have long ago been signed up for it.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it.
Like missions and such like that. So, but like, yeah, when you invite her, you're inviting her to your party of sorts. You're okay. Like a contractor essentially for the guild.
Okay, but could I invite her
to your party?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say. Like, would you like to join my party? You look like you would struggle. That's
Down.
bad.
You look like you would struggle. I'm trying to figure out how she would take
way
that.
To recruit someone.
Like, like no brains. She has
Valentine
no
Valentine is straight negging Neoma right now.
Neoma for a moment.
I think she'd be like, oh well, you know, yeah, I think she would probably like kind of, go playing off of Valentine's previous like comments about the scars on her face. She'd be like, well, looking at you, you look like you have seen battle. And kind of gestures vaguely to her face.
I'm just kidding.
You brought it up first.
No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to make that comment. Valentine's gonna smile because she's actually gonna like that you like played with her, and negged her as well.
So,
you're so right now.
I don't think I have any better options, so let's do this.
Yeah, so y'all team up. And y'all get some more conversation, but we'll go now to Aelin. You've heard some rumors. Is there anything in particular you're curious about?
As I approach the music and I see who it is, we've all kind of agreed that she was kind of recognizable, right?
Who is?
Sarah.
Yeah.
So, and it's okay if I say the rumor?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, Aelin, just being kind of curious, she recognizes Sarah and is like, oh, and she's just like, I've heard a couple things, and she's heard that she may actually be a succubus.
Yeah. And I say, as you see Sarah perform, it's like, yeah, she's hot, so it's not too far from belief.
It's like, gorgeous woman.
Gorgeous
oh my
woman.
Gosh. And so, Aelin kind of enjoys the performance. Is she like on a stage or is she like approachable?
I think it's approachable. Yeah, there's not really a formal stage or anything here.
So I'm absolutely on the bar.
Yeah, okay, she's on the bar stage.
So Aelin kind of just like squishes to the front because as everyone knows, she is kind of short.
Cherry, oh my god.
And it's just kind of like clapping and her little outfit and it's just like watching everything really excitedly.
Yeah. And
yeah, I was like, I don't know if she catches Sarah's attention. I feel like she's very differently dressed than many people in this bar right now.
I think definitely so. I wouldn't be surprised if she catches Sarah's attention. And Sarah, do you have a rumor that your most interested in, like, finding out a little bit more about?
Interestingly enough, it is also Aylin's. Aylin is only the top student at Arcanum because she's a Nepo baby. And I think seeing her in the crowd, like, because she would notice this fairy child that's not a fairy child in the front, as she sings, and I think she assumed, would I know that she's who she is if she's dressed the way she's dressed, or could it just put two and two together?
I think you could put. I feel like the way that Aylin dresses is definitely like Korvyskan fashion, you know. And
so yeah, I noticed her like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So I would that would probably also like come to mind immediately. Like, oh, Nepo baby, I see how she's dressed. That's interesting, but like I find her to be adorable. So should I wait to say what I do next?
No, y'all can go ahead and role play out any interaction.
Okay. So like Sarah's dancing, she sees Aylin clapping excitedly, and she like reaches her hand out for Aylin to quote help her down, even though she can get down by herself. She's like, "Aren't you just as cute as a button?"
Aylin smiles and is kind of like attempting, but she's a little short compared to her, so she's like waiting for her to just come down to her at this point.
It's like, "Hi, what might your name be?"
Hi, I am Aylin Sterling. It is so nice to meet you.
Sarah, nice to meet you as well. You seem a little out of place here. What are you doing here, sweetheart?
Oh, well, I am actually looking to join a party to help. I am here researching with my family. She's kind of like a little kind of like kind of like, oh my gosh.
Like she's talking to me.
Sarah hears you mention your family. Oh, your family. Do you
Yes.
mind sharing more about you? Like, who is your family?
My family, well, we're the Sterling family. We are from Korvyska. I don't know. I mean, most people have heard of it. We're noble. I'm from a noble family. I mean, I feel like I'm a little overdressed, but as you can maybe tell.
Oh, sweet. There's no such thing as overdressed. Everyone else is just underdressed. You look stunning.
Yeah, saying that to Sarah is wild because Sarah's also like just immaculately
Well, I am draped in gold, first of all.
Yeah.
First of all.
Oh my gosh. I love that you say that because I adore fashion. I love fashion, but I feel like I'm always just kind of like, I don't want to say this, but maybe the best dressed in the room with like a little giggle.
It's like you have a great eye. I would say your assumption is correct. You might outdo me. Truly.
Oh, never. I feel like we're both very different types of outdoing the room. You are amazingly gorgeous right now.
How sweet of you to say. And like Sarah's just like, she feels automatically a need to, because in her mind, Aylin gave up information entirely too easily. So she's like, cool, gonna protect this one. Do you already have a party that you're with?
I think I would have to ask, but I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if you want to join, I don't think anyone would mind.
Yeah, from what you know, actually, what Percival would have told you is because y'all been like reassigned to like an easier area, they're just going with the leftover like adventurers.
Ouch.
So it'd be kind of like random assignments unless you like find a group. Then he's like, yeah.
It's like my
Nice.
leftovers.
Not the leftovers. Sorry.
I mean, I've been kind of told I can pick and choose whoever I want. So, I mean, I think you honestly are amazingly gorgeous and you seem so sweet. So I think you would be great.
I'd be honored to join your party, sweetheart. So
over here just like fanning herself like, oh my gosh.
Now kiss. I
want the hottie.
So I think Sarah's decided, like, yep, now not only am I in this party, I have to protect this baby bird of a humanoid. So I want to ask, can I like do investigation. Like she said her family's name. Would I have known anything about her family when she mentioned it? Like, should I roll like history or something?
Yeah, you can do a history check to see how much you know, because it is a noble family from a different country.
Oh my god, my app closed.
She's kind of mentally talking to Orion a little bit, kind of like, "You think this is a good choice, right?"
She seems very skilled and very beautiful. Good choice.
Right? Oh my gosh, I love her outfit. Outfit is so. I was like, I need to know where she got the jewelry from and the outfit. I have never seen anything like that before at all.
And she absolutely made it herself. I rolled a 16.
16. Okay, yeah. You know that the Sterling family is one of the like most powerful noble houses in Korvyska. So they're kind of not infamous in a bad way. It's like they're pretty well known. I would say with the 15, I think you might kind of clock this rumor, and that kind of
16. I
leads
don't know if 1
into.
point makes a
Oh yeah,
difference,
16. Sorry. Yeah, you have heard just like rumors. There was like a whole like kind of scandal a few years ago. I would say 19 years ago. Like 19 or 18 years ago, about the heir to the Sterling family kind of showing up and being like, I have a ward, and like adopting a random baby. And he's known as being like one of like the most eligible bachelors kind of thing. So as you put two together, you're like, huh, is this that baby?
It's like, oh, So like I think Sarah's cataloging all of this.
Yeah,
Like, okay. But she absolutely, like, says, taking Aelin under her wing, if for nothing else, to protect her, because she's coming on this journey just because, like, shit, I need new experiences. I'm interested. I want answers. And and Aelin seems very passionate about it and knowledgeable. So in Sarah's mind, who better than this eager to her child that's just having
Aelin just at this moment, just kind of looking around, looking at everything, like, oh my gosh, it's so cool.
It's like, you don't get out much, do you?
Well, I mean, I do. I'm not out by myself very often. My dad is a little protective of me. I mean, I know how to take care of myself sometimes. But I do. It's really cool to just be kind of like out on my own, because granted, I'm not allowed to go technically alone. This is Orion, kind of like angling to show my owl a little bit more.
You swear that this owl bows at you.
And I curtsy back to the owl.
Yeah.
I've experienced fae and other animal creatures. I think I bow to the owl.
I mean, you clock that this is definitely familiar, so they're largely more intelligent than the regular animals.
It's like, oh, how handsome is he?
This is Orion. Oh, don't say that. It'll get to his head.
He like puffs up his feathers. Yeah, it's like showing off a bit. He's like,
how could I not? And I reach out hesitantly. I reach out hesitantly and give him a chance to reject me petting him.
He does a little like sniff, and then he like tilts his head, lets you pet him.
And I just smooth out his feathers, like, see, handsome and sweet.
I like her. She gives good scratches.
And I'm over here like, don't act like you didn't want one anyway.
He laughs.
I was like, I think you would have cuddled up with her no matter if she would ask.
I always ask. Consent is important in all contexts.
Oh no, I'm talking to Orion.
I know. I was just like, yeah, no, of course, absolutely.
He's a cuddle bug, even though he pretends to not be.
Aren't we all to a point? Exactly that.
I think around this time you start to notice that there's some scholars coming in and out, taking groups in, and so it's the tavern is starting to empty a little bit more.
It's like everybody's grouping up and everything.
Yeah, and like getting their assignments and leaving and such.
So I kind of look around. I'm like, it's just the two of us. So I'm like, we should probably like we need a bigger group. Like, how many people do we need So I kind of like look around, like, cause I do like a scan of the room to see kind of like who is still left.
I think a couple more should be fine. They said it was kind of a fairly easy job. So, I mean, if you say anybody that catches your eyes, I mean, I trust you.
Oh, bless you. She kind of says that more to herself than to Aelin.
Responsibility.
Like, oh, I'm a mother now. So she kind of looks around.
Definitely clock the
like,
two more intimidating looking adventures that people are avoiding.
So I find the scary ones.
Yeah.
They seem fun.
She kind of glances over.
I can feel the tension from here, from their very tense, awkward interaction. I'm like, this could be very fun. Peter's gonna love this. And I approach the table and I'm like, hello.
Aylin's just kind of following because she can't see over the amount of people.
Like baby duck.
I take Aylin's hand and just lead her. Hello, because I'm in heels. So in heels, I'm like 6 foot tall, and Aylin's like 5'2". I'm like,
I'm 5'2" in heels. I'm like 5'3".
It was like I am 5'9" flat, 6 foot at least in heels. So I'm like clicking along, trailing Aylin behind me, like, hi. Bright and bubbly in contrast to their not bright and bubbly.
Aylin kind of peeks around Sarah just to kind of see who it is. Kind of doesn't like want to judge, but because her father's just a little been kind of like protective, immediately pinpoints like tattoo, scar. You're like,
and I'm like, tiny tattoos and scars. They have stories.
You flash back to like literally the week before you left, or actually like the day before your father, as he was helping load up your carriage, being like, "Okay, what did I tell you? No tattoos, no scars. You just go for the nice, clean, safe-looking adventures." And you flash back to this.
It's like in present, it's like, man, nice. In her head, she's like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Sarah said it's okay.
If it's one of the 4 words he assigned.
It's like technically, he said tattoos and then no scars, not tattoos and scars. Loophole.
Oh my god.
I love it.
But yeah, Neoma and Valentine, y'all see these two approach you. Or in front of you now.
I see Aylin kind of peek her head out, and I approach her, and I'm like, "Hey, do you need help finding?" Because she looks so little and out of place and innocent that I'm like, "There's no way she's in the Adventure Guild or whatever."
Oh no, she's with me. We're actually in a party together.
Valentine
just smile and like hold my bag.
Valentine is side-eyeing you.
You know that kid from Up who like holds his backpack?
The little tricky boy. I love him. He's so cute. Valentine is eyeing Sarah just to make sure she's not a threat to Aylin.
Definitely not.
Yeah, Valentine has just decided this is an innocent soul that needs to be protected. And so she's just making sure she's safe.
Just everyone latching on to Aylin. And Neoma, I think I heard you say
immediately. What was that, sir?
Oh, I thought I heard you say something.
Oh, well, not yet, but I was gonna say she's probably kind of like trying to suss out the vibe and is probably like tries to make a joke like, hey, it's just the dregs left, eh? Trying to kind of suss out if so they're looking for more people to kind of finish it off.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Sarah's very direct. I'm like, I don't see you guys surrounded by prospects, and I could be wrong, so please correct me. But we're looking for teammates. You guys look strong and scary. It could help.
Very true.
Well, as the tavern empties out, I don't think we have much choice, no? She looks to Valentine.
About it.
Valentine shrugs and is like, I actually already am sorted out. Y'all can join me though. That's cool.
You were not
we
sorted
can
out,
join
indeed.
you.
You just have one person on your team. Well, yeah, I think Valentine's like, I got
She's
my one
the-
person. That's part of my
Yeah,
assignment, my real assignment.
Valentine says like, yeah, like in real life, she's accomplished her goal.
He's like, "Are you sure? I've done what I had to do." Sarah's like, "Awesome. Hi, my name is Sweet Serenade, but you can call me Sarah. My friends call me Sarah. And this lovely little bird. Would you like to introduce yourself?" I turned to
Yeah,
Ailey.
of course. So my name is Aylin Sterling. Just kind of like pops one hand out. It's so nice to meet you.
And Sarah kind of steps behind her and just kind of gives a look that's sweet but very mildly threatening.
You better shake her
Like,
hand.
shake her hand right now.
I get the vibe, just I'm kind of headcanoning this, tell me if not okay, but for some reason I get the vibe that in the Camus, like, handshaking and stuff might not be a thing, so I do feel like Neoma probably just, like, looks at it for a moment and has to kind of do the autistic thing where she goes, okay, there's a handout in front of me. I think I'm supposed to do something
Slap
with
it.
that. And I think she gives her the weirdest handshake ever.
She's like,
that's deeply uncomfortable.
yeah, that's absolutely
and is
canon
like,
now.
Aylin honestly would just kind of giggle and just kind of be like, "That's cool."
That's cool.
and she introduces herself and says, I'm Neoma.
Neoma. That's
No
awesome.
last name.
That's a cool name. I feel like it's almost fitting. I think it's pretty cool. Don't know what she means by that at all. Just said it.
It's
I was wondering if
compliments.
there was a double meaning there.
she's like, it feels like it fits. Like no meaning at all. Empty head.
I think Neoma's just like, she just is so flabbergasted by all that Aelin is. Someone offering, just being really nice, even if, like, not that they don't mean it, they're just being nice to be nice, like, even if what they're saying, like, has double meaning. She's just like, okay. She's just looking at her complexed. But
So Aylin kind of like
and then
tilts
I
her
think
head
she
a little bit and like notices your tattoo. What does that mean? And like she kind of like thinking in her head like if she can recognize it.
Me,
and
yeah, what does
Neoma
that
once
mean?
again pulls out the same thing, goes, it's just it's fashion statement. It's, name means new moon. So, moon to represent me. Beautiful, no?
Can I do an investigation check on this situation?
The
Can I,
funny
like,
thing
like,
is,
yeah,
like,
you can-
Aylin is very high in wisdom.
Okay,
Oh,
I was gonna say, should I roll another
Sarah-
deception check?
Okay, yeah, let's do it step by step. Neoma, you're gonna do a deception check. Sarah, you're gonna do an insight check.
Okay, so it's
And Aylin, what are you trying to gather again?
I'm just asking what it is, kind of like an insight thing as well, just kind of curious.
Okay, so you're trying to see if she's lying or trying to see if you recognize it?
Well, technically, if I recognize it, I feel like no.
Yeah, you can roll a history or religion.
I was like,
then.
okay, cool.
And then so Neoma,
alrighty. So
deception. What you get?
I got 14 on the die, so plus 6, so a 20 total.
Jesus Christ, you're so
For
good at
deception.
roll.
Oh,
Sarah, what
It's
did
these
you
really
get?
expensive
19.
dice.
Sarah, what did you get on your
Damn it.
insight?
I got an 11.
11. Wait, Sarah?
I got a 19. Sarah?
Okay.
I said I got an 11. Ailin got a
Okay.
19.
All right, just make sure because I'm like, there's a lot of voices. I'm trying to do it like step by step to like make sure I got it. Okay, so you got 11.
Sorry.
So yeah, you don't see that she's lying right now.
I know these are
and then-
virtual dice, but I think I still need to change them.
Aylin,
How
you got
dare
a 19 on history or religion?
I got it on history.
History. Okay, yeah. You have definitely like y'all have studied about the history of, the world and all the different like things that have gone on, and so you do know this is a tattoo from the Camus of one of the priesthoods, the Agonese priesthood. So in a way, you know that she's lying because you're like, wait, but I do recognize that.
So I don't think Aylin's gonna catch that she is lying to me per se, but just in her head, she thinks that there's just a second meaning to it that she doesn't know. So she goes, "Oh, but did you know?" And it says it's also like a priesthood thing.
Crazy.
Oh.
Valentine crosses her arms and stares down Neoma. Yeah.
I also clocked that and stared down Neoma.
Sure, you all stared at Neoma. Neoma, how are you?
Not like in a negative way, more in like a curious. Oh wait,
I'm suspicious
subtle,
as
like,
fuck. Yeah, suspicious, curious, and innocent as hell.
Neoma's gonna try and play this off like a white person who gets like a tribal tattoo and does not know the meaning. All right,
No.
That is hilarious.
She's just going to be like, "Oh, does it? What do you mean? What priesthood? I've never heard of this."
I feel like Aylin just kind of does like a baby blab about it, just a little bit, just to kind of
a little info dump.
A little info dump, because she's like, well, actually, she's like, trust, I know.
And I think Neoma would like, not to come off as suspicious and be like, obviously acknowledge like she's heard of what the Agony's priesthood and things like that, but just kind of continue to play dumb and be like, oh, I didn't know that, it was a symbol from them. That's crazy. Anyways.
I think by that, Sarah absolutely clocked something by that. She had to. It's just
she's just cataloging again,
He's just like, huh. Okay.
And Valentine, how's Valentine?
No.
Thinking of this.
Sorry, I was typing. Valentine had a little smirk, like a little. I knew you were lying, but it just hurts. Hurts to know.
That we knew each other better than that. You did fall for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn it, they almost got me.
That little child over here, like, I could tell you all the information.
To kind of continue to play off of what like Neoma and Valentine were going on before, she'd kind of be like, okay, now why don't you ask her about their face scar? Hey, let's just interrogate each other, no?
How many times are you gonna bring up my face?
It's all in good fun.
It's twice.
As many times as you bring up my tattoo.
If I had a nickel for how many times a random stranger has commented on my face, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
90 times.
I would say
I have 2 nickels, which is
around
not
this
enough.
time. Sorry.
I was just making my quote.
Yeah, you're just talking, bantering a little bit back and forth and such. When Aylin, you hear your name being called. Aylin Sterling, there you are.
I look up very dramatically because I'm short. She's like, huh? Yes.
And y'all turn and y'all see a young man, probably early 20s looking, wearing a cloak that looks to be, well, I think Sarah and Aylin being the fashionistas. And actually Valentine knowing what you know about Korvyska and stuff like that. This cloak does look like one belonging to the Korvyskan scholars. It's kind of covering his head though, unlike a lot of the other scholars have had theirs pulled down. His is pulled on his head, though you can see his face and such. Yes, there you are. Oh, I've been looking for you ever. I'm so sorry about being late.
And do I know him?
You do not recognize him immediately. But he approaches y'all and says, I am Sebastian. I am Percival's assistant.
Oh, okay, that's who you are. I was kind of curious how you knew my name, but I recognized the robe. I was like, okay, I know what group you're from.
Yes, of course. So yeah, I've come to gather you. I see you've already found a party. And he kind of like looks around. I looks at all of y'all. It's like, oh, interesting group.
It's like, yes, this is Sarah. This is Noema. And then, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't catch your name. And she like points over at Valentine like,
Oh, hey, you noticed me, little girl? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I was over here. What did you say?
Oh, I just pointed. I was like, this. I was introducing people, and I said,
Yeah,
"Oh, I
I had
didn't
only
ask your
heard that
name."
you had pointed at me, and I was like, what did I say? What did she say? I figured I was getting offended, throwing something again. Yeah, my name's Valentine, sweetie pie. Valentine just loves her, adores her already. So
Well, okay, so
Valentine. That is
Neoma,
Valentine.
Sarah,
Tilts
and
and like
Valentine.
looks.
Okay, great. Oh, Victoria ate it already. Sorry. My brother asked me a random question. Where was I? Yes. Okay, yeah, I see. So you have your party. Great. Then that means we can depart immediately.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Would we be taking the carriage or are we walking?
Oh, we're actually going to be walking.
Oh,
Or
she kind of
rather,
like oh.
of them to where it's not too far. And besides, the adventure will be good. You see, actually, Percival has to use the carriage. The meeting's going on a bit late, so he said he's going to be meeting us at the site.
Oh, okay. She just kind of nods and it's like, that's fair. Like, he could take the carriage, no problem.
Yeah. Well then, you.
Can I do like an inside check? I know that like he's probably trustworthy, but like I feel like Sarah just wants to just get a little bit of a read on this guy. Walk up and say, "Okay, come with us." Like,
Makes sense. Yes, of course. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me an insight.
Oh right, Sebastian's like the super tall one, right? So we're looking like a literal child.
I got a 12.
Oh dang.
I can't roll for shite today.
Yeah, no, I mean it seems trustworthy, and like he's wearing the cloak and what's it called? Seems like he mentioned this. You don't know who Percival is, but seems that Aelin knows who it is and such.
Yeah, but Aelin seems a little bubbly, and I'm concerned for her. So of course,
yeah, but you don't get. He seems pretty, chill. I don't know.
Okay, I'll accept it for now.
Yeah, and he begins to what's it called? Yeah, I've already handled the paperwork from this part, so we should be fine to go.
Ayla just kind of nods and like looks at Orion. It's like, you need anything?
I need a snack. I smell one nearby. And he kind of looks at Neoma.
Neoma hisses at the owl.
I don't like that one. She's hiding.
Aelin kind of like looks concerned at Neoma, like, what did he do?
There's
Sebastian looking at this like, oh, what the fuck?
I don't think what did he do? Because I don't see the mouse.
I don't think she would like admit to having the mouse, but I think the mouse, probably knowing it's being sniffed out and being hunted, starts to like rustle in her pocket and maybe peeks its head out.
Absolutely, it kind of rustles. Barely starts to peek out, sees the owl, squeaks, and goes back into your pocket.
Oh
exactly.
my gosh, it's so precious.
Snack.
I just realized I never thought of a name for him.
Yeah,
what if I just call him Snack?
It's like, no worries, no worries. He knows better to eat than he knows better to eat familiars. He knows better. He knows he'll get in trouble.
And Sarah's like, I'm not sure he does. I'm looking at him. Like, I'm not sure
licking his beak.
Yeah, I've never seen an owl do that.
But he doesn't make a move to go get it. So.
Well,
I
told him the only way he's allowed to go is if he listens to me, and he knows that's one of the rules.
He grumbles.
I think, Neoma this entire time, as awkward as she can be, is trying to be, gregarious and trying to seem friendly. And this is the first time that kind of drops because she's deeply protective of her little mouse man. And it's just like, yes, you better make sure he doesn't, because if he does, it will not end well. And then she just kind of like backs up a little bit, but there was definitely a burst of passion for a moment.
Aylin
Yeah.
honestly looks like she's about to cry.
Oh.
She didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare him. Like she just feels really bad because she didn't want to scare him at all.
I just stepped slightly in front of Aylin, and I'm like, she did. It's okay. Everything's fine. We're all fine. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Hey, Neoma, you remember as y'all begin to walk, the assistant lady that was doing the paperwork being like, that you need to get your official like adventure license thing signed off or whatever.
So then I guess she kind of maybe kind of stops everyone and just says like, "Oh, I have to take care of the paperwork."
Paperwork.
Goes in and
I've already done all that, I believe.
Wait, so is Neoma seeing the woman, or did you say she was just like thinking about her and remembering
just
that
thinking
lady?
about her, yeah.
I'm trying to decide how petty she'll be. I think if they were going back past the Adventurers Guild, she might duck her head in and be like, "Oh, E-class adventurer cannot find party. Is that not what you say?"
I was okay. Yeah, I'll say we can pass by for that.
And chuckle out of
the woman looks up at you like, "What the fuck?" As y'all walk by. And yeah, y'all start to head towards the east gate of the city.
Aylin's just kind of like quick trotting because everyone is so much taller. So she's like, the little feet scampers.
And I don't know if this counts, but considering Neoma has city secrets, which means she knows how to kind of find the flow to cities, if they kind of allow her to lead to where they're going, they could make it there fairly fast, minus having to wait for Aylin.
Oh my god, the little hedgehog. I used to have a hedgehog. They do run so fucking fast.
Oh my god, look at his little feet go.
Little feet.
Cause I wanted to ask. I have the feet Fae favorite, and there's like a little Fae that's taken a strong liking to me. So the pixie wow, Jesus Christ, accompanies me everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do I also have? I don't think I ever settled on that little creature that I sent during session 0. I don't have a name for it. Is there a way that I could like call for them?
You could. Mm-hmm.
So how would it matter how I did it? Would they feel disrespected if I whistled for them?
No, I think you probably like have determined a call between y'all, so.
Yes, I probably what I do is I forgot something, and I step back and I do like a whistle, like people put the 2 fingers in the mouth and they whistle.
Mm-hmm.
With a wolf whistle, or that, and then I imagine like a puff or a sprinkle of something comes over me, and the little creature flies in and just lands on my shoulder.
Yeah, you see a little pixie. Like, hello, my precious Bloom. You've called for me finally. I've missed you so much.
I have called for you. You've been gone all day.
Yeah.
I'm looking for you everywhere. Where have you been?
Well, it's, we're not very welcome here in the Empire, so I've been kind of laying low, but I've been following you.
Yeah, neither of us are, but hey, 2 is better than 1. Together we are better than alone.
I agree. Though I do wish you choose better friends.
I don't know. These friends seem interesting.
I don't know. That one smells like blood. And she points over to Valentine.
I'm like, she's fun. She's probably one of my favorites. I don't know. She intrigues me.
I don't know. It smells like And she kind of leans in really close. She's like, "Fey blood."
And I'm like, I think Sarah like peeps this. I look at Valentine a little longer, not in like an accusatory way, but absolutely in like a observation, taking note of that. Now I know I was only supposed to pick one rumor. Do I keep in mind all the rumors or just?
Oh
pick
yeah, you
one?
can keep them all in mind. It's just like in the immediate while y'all were there, it's like I want to limit to what y'all can immediately approach about, but y'all can always inquire.
Okay,
Anytime.
because so based off one of my rumors, I don't know if I mentioned or not, but based off of one of my rumors, I'm like, I don't know. I think she's okay. I can't explain it.
Well, if you say so, but maybe I'll just hide a little bit here, and she kind of like goes a little bit
like, I'll
into
put
your
one
like neck
second
collar, kind of.
Yep, just like in my hair, and I have an afro.
Yeah,
presently.
she kind of just
Long,
goes in there,
and
gets it so cozy. This is nice.
I know. I was like, I thought it'd be perfect. So like, I fluff up the hair just a little bit around her, so she's like, or they're like encompassed in the afro. You can just see their little head on top of my little head.
Yeah.
And then I catch everybody.
As y'all y'all walking to the east gate, Orion, Aelin, Orion says, "I believe I remember that's been mentioning a western village."
Yes. I believe he did.
And we are heading east. Why am I doing the same? Neoma, you got this accent stuck in my head.
Aelin kind of like tilts her head in like a little question mark moment. It's like, Sebastian?
Yes.
Are we sure we're going to the West Village?
Oh, no, we're not going there. We got reassigned. That's what the whole meeting thing was about.
Oh, reassigned? Reassigned for what?
To a different location, essentially.
What's it for?
Well,
just kind of like inquiring.
Apparently, there's another storm that's been reported towards the east, a different village. So Percival wished to go ahead and get the early bird or the worm or whoever that quote is he says all the time.
Aelin kind of like just nods like okay, and kind of looks at Orion. It's like, this is different.
I think Sarah, if it's okay if I interject, Sarah like leans in. Is like, these storms. Could you tell me more about them, actually?
Oh well, yes. I haven't had to see one yet. So I guess part of me is curious to go, but I don't think it would be good if we do see it because I've heard pretty bad. But they just seem to appear out of nowhere, and they're very magical in nature. There's lots of wild magic gets kind of fired off in the area whenever they're there, and then those crystals are left behind.
And
The
is it still
crystals,
active? Like currently?
I would say Valentine picks up more interest and is like, "Oh, crystals, interesting. What? How many?"
Well, usually it's just a large chunk of one left behind after each storm. That's the whole reason why, we're going out into the field. We're trying to determine exactly what these crystals are. Although, our current guess is it is Orsite. Though it's still quite strange for it to land all of a sudden. He kind of like taps
that's why
his
I was
chin.
a little.
And y'all notice he still has his hood on right now.
See, the sun is not very high. Why are you covering your face?
Oh, well, you see, I just, avoiding stares and whatnot.
Are you afraid of being seen?
I guess you could say that people like me
But
aren't
why?
very
I'm sure you're
common
charming.
out here. So
Aelin kind of tries to peek under the hood since she's fairly short, so she can see.
Then Sarah's like kind of motions at herself in her tiefling, her double horns, gold adorned, white hair, red skin. Like,
yeah, and like
please.
looking at like the group of y'all is like of anything. It's crazy.
He's like, please.
He kind of laughs.
What
like,
you talking about? I'm a regular ass human. I'm just a little
Sure.
human girl.
Sure. I'm afraid we're even more rare than your kind tieflings. So
You'd be surprised.
Can I roll perception? Let's see.
Can I as well,
What?
since I was trying to peek?
Perception.
okay, all right. Y'all are so curious. Dear God, you ever heard of curiosity kills the cats?
We're not cats.
That is a stupid cat.
He kind of stops, and there's like an alley nearby, and he like steps in and motions for y'all.
I was going to say, it
Aelin
should be noted that
immediately
Neoma
follows.
is also wearing a hood because she
Yeah.
has sun sensitivity. So she's a
Oh.
hypocrite, but you know.
I know he's like, no one's questioning her.
Yeah,
About
but it's clearly about
So
her
she got
tattoos and her
interrogated
face.
inside. Right. She got interrogated inside. We know about her.
yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all step in the alley.
Yeah.
Aelin immediately falls into the dark alley with him,
Oh my
follows in.
Let me see.
It's like, hey, he was sent by my trusted advisor. Why not?
Amazing. I'm like, holy crap, where's the art I got for him? Anyways, yeah, so he steps in, and y'all have gotten like a few hints of his hair. He seems to have very like pastel purple hair. Kind of peeking from his hood.
He's ruining the vibe.
And I know, I'm sorry, he ruined it. I considered changing his hair
Just
color,
hide
but I'm
the
like,
end of
no,
my hair,
I like
like,
this art
never.
too much.
It's like
We can get him
Aelin's
some
end of it. It's just like, you see nothing. There's no blue here.
I'm like, wait, I need to find a better reference. But he kind of steps in, and once y'all are all in the alley, he kind of looks out the alley real quick, like looking around a bit, like nervously, and then he slowly pulls off his hood, and you'll see he has very long, purple hair, and most notably on his head, there's a pair of wings kind of sticking out, pretty much where like ears would normally be. Let me find a reference thing.
Computer,
And
what the
Sarah
fuck is
gasped,
that?
like,
Computer.
like,
What the fuck? Okay, so this is pretty much kind of what he looks like, the art in my icon. However, he has these head wings thing like this picture. And
yeah,
you
makes
all,
Sarah like gasp like in delight, like, how stunning.
yeah, you all don't need to make a roll for this because these beings are quite known. Although probably none of y'all have ever seen one in person. You recognize him as being an Alothi, which they are these beings or people who were once like celestial servants, specifically of Iara, in legend says. And y'all probably all heard tales of an island located kind of in the bay of the Empire, where they all live, because after the God War, when the gods were removed, the Empire pulled them all to that island for their safety.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, I feel like Aelin and Valentine might definitely know this because y'all's been in this area more. That in the past, it's like they're not really allowed to leave, and like no one is really allowed to go to the island. However, in the past couple of years, they've reached some agreements with the Empire, and they're like started to branch out. Like a couple of them able to go out, usually to be like help out with research and such like that.
Aelin kind of just like gasped and is just like, oh my gosh, I wasn't sure if like y'all could come out this far.
Normally not, but well, I guess you could say I got special permission, along with a few others. But yes, I'm still getting used to all the attention. I'm not used to being stared at as much as I am out here. So, and he kind of puts up his hood.
Well, you joined the right party, then, for sure. I think this
Let's
is
take
going
that
to be
to
so much
Oxford.
fun for you, she says sarcastically, because she knows they're all going to get stared at.
It's
Yeah.
like, no, we're so inconspicuous.
At least they'll stare at you and not me. This kind of thought. Maybe.
Good. That's a good strategy. Smart.
Yeah, it's just kind of like oh my gosh, they look so cool.
Right. Well,
Very fair.
now that y'all know, I guess, what I am exactly, we good to carry on?
Let's go.
Yes, let's go. And he walks out, and as he does so, he bumps right into someone. And
Oh,
Good job.
Neoma, you recognize this one, the loud, annoying human man.
Oh god.
And he bumps into this man, falls back because this man was like an absolute unit, and falls into his
Oh,
ass,
no.
and his cloak falls back down, revealing his head wings. And you see this party
Aw,
of
shit.
people
Oof.
looking, and this guy's like, "Holy hell, there's a fucking Elathi out here. I think we could get a pretty penny from this one."
oh shit.
Oh, you see
Valentine's
Aiden,
open
okay.
sword.
Aiden
Valentine
like goes
attack.
to cover his head, like nothing's here, no
And
one's
that's
here.
we're gonna end the session.
Oh,
No,
I hate you so
forgot
much.
it was Ken.
that
I
was
knew it was
so
coming.
good.
I have a
Was it
feeling
looking
I'm
at
gonna
the
really have to get this game
time?
one.
Woo woo for first session.
First
That was fun.
session.
Our first party.